Today on the TMZ Podcast.
Hello and welcome to the TMZ Podcast. I'm Charlie Cotton and I'm joined by Loren LoRosa.
Yes, hello.
Who's come straight from the BET Awards to the podcast studio.
Yeah, excuse my appearance today, guys. It's not slaying.
Well, lucky it's just audio for the people listening.
Okay, for the people listening, excuse my voice because I had a time this weekend.
If you're watching on YouTube, I'm so sorry.
Okay. You so fake. Soon before we started this, she was like, "No, it's fine. We get on here. It's like, girl, you look horrible."
Yeah. You were telling me that you're not even supposed to be here today?
No. Oh my gosh. I thought that I requested off today because the BET Awards weekend goes from Thursday and you have to take the Monday to just kind of get your life together because you're partying all night Sunday after the awards.
Right.
I had an event on Thursday and then, I ended last night at 3 a.m. and realized I had to be at TMZ at 6.
Oh, no.
Yep, I got like half lashes on. Edges is laid from last night. I should have kept my makeup on from yesterday. That's what I should have did.
I mean,
I look good at the awards too.
You look good at the awards?
Oh yes, the BET Awards. It was different this year because there was no host.
Let's just get straight into it. I won't set up the episode like I usually do. What was it like? There was quite a few headlines to come out of it. The biggest one I thought was that Migos reunited on stage.
Yes, which no one knew. Like, you know how normally there's like rumblings? Like, we had saw them together for Takeoff's birthday celebration on or around Juneteenth, which was like not even like a week ago, really. So we had kind of knew that, that they were at least cordial enough to get together for his birthday. But it's Takeoff's birthday. So you would assume that they're able to do that, especially because there's been a little bit of time that has passed. And for anyone watching that doesn't know, like, the Migos group has been monumental as a three. After Takeoff, who was one of the three, was killed, Quavo and Offset, who were two of the big names from the group, even prior to this, they were not getting along. Like, there was a very big divide in the group. Quavo had actually come out and did a song, and he said that the Migos is no more. If Takeoff is not here, we have no more Migos. We won't see that again.
At the Grammys, they were beefing heavy.
Yes.
Like, backstage, they were shouting.
Yes, there was a big shouting match, backstage at the Grammys because Quavo was doing a memorial or tribute
Didn't
for
want
Takeoff.
Offset on it.
And what we were told is that he did not want Offset involved. It was just like a whole thing. But I think people have to realize, it came out that they're not biologically family, which most Black people knew. Your cousin is your cousin, but it don't got to be your cousin. That's like a thing. But I think with these guys, it was surprising to see them on stage because I really thought that we wouldn't see that, at least not for a long time, and not musically, not a performance. But I think everybody in the room, when I tell you guys, everybody instantly just gasped. You felt the emotion in the room.
Yeah.
There were people where I was seated at that were actually crying. Because it was just wow, we really thought we wouldn't see that. And then the way that the graphics were set up, they had Takeoff in the background. They had, there was a spot, like a third beam. And Quavo and Offset were very, very, it's like they were almost working with the third person who wasn't there. The beam was there. They were on opposite sides of it.
Let's play
I want you guys to see
audio.
it. Yeah. And listen to it.
Yeah.
I call him twin, could that be my brother? We got the same roller, he matching me. Nah, for real. BG! Doors protect. If you ready to do it for the rocket, let me get a yes, sir.
Rocket's taking off. I like
yes,
that.
but it was crazy because even, you know how they set up the stage at the award shows?
Yeah.
You kind of know who's coming on next, or you just see the person. You didn't even see them. They revealed them, and then the whole crowd just people were standing on their seats. It was a moment for sure.
And then Bad and Bougie came on.
Oh my God. When they did Bad and so they started with some of the newer stuff and then they ended with the older stuff like Bad and Bougie. It was just good to see them on stage and they're dancing with each other and they're you know what I mean? The camaraderie was there and it didn't feel forced. It didn't feel okay, we're making these two guys come do this tribute. You know what I mean? It felt like they wanted to be there.
Are they back together? Are the Migos back together or is this just, one-off tribute?
I don't really know for sure. I feel like the Migos will always be the Migos. I don't know what's about to happen musically, but I can tell you yesterday watching them on stage, you felt that they missed each other. It just was good. And there was video of them backstage too, as they were saying hi to other people. There was a video of them saying hi to T.I. and they're I don't know, it just, I can't describe it.
That's
it
nice.
It was one of those things. Like you got kind of teary-eyed a bit. Like dang, like they've been through so much. I'm just happy to see they finally have each other to go through it.
And tell me about JT and Lil Uzi Vert, who were beefing in the audience. He was sat next to Ice Spice, and then he even sang about sort of wanting to bang a girl looking like Ice Spice on stage. And then she went off. JT, his girlfriend from the City Girl, she went off at him in front of everyone.
Yeah. Okay. So, and it was like it was weird because it was like delays. So Uzi opened the show.
Oh.
So Uzi opened the show. The show was going on. All of a sudden, like there's video. We didn't. Also, too, I want to say for the people that were in the audience at the awards, unless you were in they were in the first row. So if you were not in the first or second row, you had no idea what was going on, but you saw it. So
everyone in the audience was looking at this argument.
So let's watch this video and listen to this video first, and then I'll explain from a person that was there.
Fucking goofy, I'm joking. Bitch! What's wrong with you, bitch? Give me your phone. I'm fucking talking like that. Bitch ass nigga. All right, sis. It's all right. Give my fucking phone, bitch.
She's such a sad. She threw the phone and said, "Give me my phone."
So is this for real? It almost seems like unexplainably like such the fact that Lil Uzi is singing about Ice Spice, then flirting with Ice Spice in front of his girlfriend JT. It almost seems like, is this a PR stunt?
No, I'm telling you, this was not a PR stunt. So they were first, second row. I think me and my friends were maybe like 9th or 10th row.
Hello.
In the aisle that there's video of her storming up the aisle to leave. We were seated right there. So when you saw her coming, you knew something was wrong. She had that look. Like as a woman, I just knew, I'm like, somebody pissed her off.
Oh, no.
But you could tell she was trying to keep it together because there's also like seat fillers and fans in the audience. People are recording and she's like, people are yelling her name. She's like smiling. And literally like you see her, she's storming up. And then all of a sudden you see this little like black hoodie, this guy like run up and I'm like, oh shit, that's Uzi.
He's tiny.
So he runs up and he like grabs her and she's like, get off of me. And as soon as she goes like this, like guys, like she's like pushing him back. You guys can't see me, you can only hear me.
Lauren's throwing hands right now. She's shadowboxing.
I'm trying to tell you, I thought it was about to be like,
really?
It was going down in there, okay? Because she was so upset. When I say security, their securities swarmed them and got in the middle. Like, they had to take a minute just to get that broken up to then seat everybody to start the show.
She's probably be a bit triggered by Ice Spice stuff, having heard her man rapping about it on stage.
And then he took a picture with Ice Spice as well. There's a selfie.
Ice Spice posted the photo.
She posted. And it's kind of like, I don't know, if maybe there's some back history there where like, what I mean? Like, I don't really know, but she was very upset. You hear in the video, she calls him a groupie.
Right.
So
he's just a big fan of Ice Spice. I mean, everyone in the world for some reason right now is obsessed with Ice Spice.
And it's nothing wrong with that, but I just think when you are a male artist and there's a new hot girl out like Ice Spice, JT and Young Miami are still, you know what I mean? The City Girls are still the biggest. But it's just like, you got to be cautious of certain things. As a woman artist, or a woman in general, even taking pictures with a guy, they can't hold you certain ways, whatever, because then it starts rumors. I think for JT, it just seems like she felt disrespected. So she reacted the way that she reacted. And the whole time, even when he's sitting down, when he's up and running after her, you're hearing him like, I didn't even do anything. So I don't know if like...
He's such a sweet guy. Like, I've interviewed him a few times and I've always struck by what a nice guy is.
He is nice, but nice guys can rub you the wrong way as well.
Right,
Obviously, she was rubbed the wrong way.
Yes.
And I don't really know everything, but I will say, like, if it was me and it was my guy and you're Uzi, everything you say gets picked up, and then y'all are seated next to each other and the photos are coming, and I'm sitting right here, it is a little bit like, okay, relax. Like, do you want an autograph too? Like, like, you know what I mean? But
another behind the scenes question. Did Sexy Red really get up and perform Pound Town?
Oh, baby, did she? Let me show you. I got video
on
my
my
phone.
You got video?
Yes. So that was the best part of the awards.
Because Pound Town's obviously quite explicit. I don't know that they'd let that on the actual show, but in the commercial break, apparently she stood up and sang and everyone went off.
So during the awards, they had Kid Capri DJing. The BET Awards this year were celebrating 50 years of hip hop. So Kid Capri was taking us on the journey of like from New York to LA, all of the years of hip hop. Like, there's so many people performing. He was playing different songs while we were waiting for like the next sets. He just played her song, just playing it. And she stood up with her stack of money and started going off. The whole crowd like stood up and was like she also has like a hot song of the summer. The whole crowd stood up, everybody's recording her. Chrisean Rock stood up and started twerking because she was sitting next to her. That set the crowd off as well. It was a good time.
Was everyone just going off of those opening lyrics, which are just it's It's so explicit.
I sing the song word for word. The
Oh,
whole
you
song.
did? Oh, did everyone was just doing it?
Everybody does. I think even the guys, you can't. Even the guys, you got to hit the pound town. Is that pound town? Like,
Is that song good or is it ironically good?
I think it's just a bop. Like, it's just like you don't think that much into
But
it.
is she like a good rapper or is it just kind of?
I don't know.
Funny?
Outside of that song, I haven't really looked into her much. But I will say that song has me in very much of a chokehold. Very much so.
I mean, that's a pun. Given what the song's about.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Last thing on the BET stuff.
Oh, my voice sounds horrible. BET
Nah,
Awards
it's
got
good.
the best
It's
of me.
husky. It's good. Patti LaBelle. She forgot the Tina Turner lyrics.
I love Patti LaBelle, but I was watching that performance and I turned to my friend and said, "She don't know the words. She's like trying to get through, but she's like really only singing the chorus." And at some point, her mic got turned down. Because I'm like, it's Patti LaBelle. Why is the audio? Why is the track over her so much?
It's the most basic song that Tina sung too. Dun dun dun. You're simply the best.
But she knew that part. She knew the chorus, and she added the best, like as much as she could to it. Like she was riffing, she was doing all that. They brought the choir out, but she did not know the main part. And then there was a teleprompter that was supposed to be helping her, and she couldn't read it. Like she said, she couldn't read it. She couldn't see it.
But you shouldn't be reading a teleprompter for like simply the best, better than all the rest.
I don't know. I just felt like I know this is gonna go viral because people already feel like Patti LaBelle is shady as hell.
Right.
So it's just one of them things, and like we have audio, you guys can hear. I mean, she sounded good for the part she did know, but it was just like.
What if I can't see the words? I don't know. I'm trying, y'all.
At least she said it though, because when I was watching it, I think even people at home on Twitter, like you knew something was like, you're like, what is she doing? Because she was only really strongly singing the chorus, and I'm like, does she not know the words? And then she said, I can't see the teleprompter.
Bit embarrassing. Embarrassing. It looks like a good night last night, though.
Oh, my God.
Thank you for coming in and giving us the wrap-up.
You're not welcome. I did not want to be here.
Oh, well, thank you very much for telling you that. On to our last story. Harry and Meghan, they're at war with another big company. First, it was Spotify dropping them from the $20 million deal.
Right.
Now Netflix is considering dropping them from the $100 million deal because they've got to produce better content. Apparently, they really liked that bombshell documentary where it exposes all the secrets. Now it's like, what else you got for me?
Yo,
and
nobody wants to go to work. I feel them.
Yeah, no, but all they've come up with since that bombshell doc, which everyone watched, they loved Netflix, was some animated series about a girl inspired by historical female figures. That was cancelled by Netflix. No one will want to watch it, they think. And they've got a documentary coming out about the Invictus Games, about Harry's like.
I think that they took on a lot really fast, and then they took on a lot really fast, and maybe it's a bit overwhelming for them because like this is like a whole new life or whatever. So, trying to do all of this at once, I just think that they overpromised and underdelivered, and that's what we're seeing. But these companies don't care because they've already given them the money, and now they're threatening to not give them the rest of the $100 million. So It's like, well, what are you going to do?
Well, they're giving them half, and they say we want better content because, I guess, because of what Spotify said and what Netflix is saying, the only string to these guys' bow is exposing family secrets. What else?
Oh, there's no more secrets.
The secrets are tapped out.
There's always more secrets. You just got to get a spades game going, and you'll find some stuff.
What's a spades game,
bro? You don't know how? Is
that cards?
Yes.
What do you do with it?
Wow.
I'm from Australia. We do different drinking games over there.
Okay. I don't even know how to respond. I've never in my life met someone. So basically, it's just like something, like you have your thing that your family sits and does where it makes you guys talk.
Oh, your family does drinking games?
Spades isn't really like a drinking game. It's a card game. You can drink if you want, but then it gets even worse. But people are yelling at each other, slamming cards down on the table. You really find out a lot about people during the spades game because people are so upset they say anything.
Oh.
So I'm just saying they need to get something going where like you can pull more stuff out the hat. Like
exactly.
Take a visit home.
Yes.
Something.
Yes.
But there has to be more. I just think also too at this point, the racism stuff, I think a lot of people are starting to feel like, okay, we get it, but like you've moved on now, so like now what? Right?
I know. I mean, I don't really care to watch another documentary about, climate change or, animals dying and I get all of these. They're important causes, about, female empowerment, important cause. But you are Harry and Meghan. I want to hear something Harry and Meghan-ish. I don't want to hear you virtue signaling about something.
What is Harry and Meghan-ish, though?
I don't know, about sort of, maybe they could do like a dating game show, like a dating show where it's about people from different countries. Is that good? You like that idea?
I just feel like they're too cliche. Like, that's too cliche. There's no substance there for them.
Okay, well, next idea then. I mean, something about royalty. What about, I want to be a royal. I want to meet a princess. Some sort of dating game show about trying to meet a princess. There's plenty of dating game shows.
I don't know. I'm indifferent. I feel like people just don't care anymore because what they first started out on is kind of like dying out, and it's just.
What are they going to do? What are they going to do now, though?
I don't know. I think it's just over for them.
It's over for them.
Mm-hmm.
So, but they need to make money somehow.
Yeah. I don't really know how though. Like, I don't know what they do from here. I think they just invest and be quiet and just they fought the good fight. We know that we already knew that the royal family had racist ties and all that stuff, right? They did all they could do. At this point, nothing's going to change. That's the way the system goes, and I wish them the best of luck.
See you later. Thanks for the memories, Harry and Meghan. It was nice knowing you. Well, thank you very much for coming in, for gracing us with your presence. You're a bit hungover, but that's all right. Thank you for being here, Loren LoRosa.
Stop saying thank you, because you're not welcome.
I'm not welcome?
No.
Okay, well.
See y'all later.
See you later. Have a good sleep, Loren. Good night.